I just got some makeup things that I felt like I needed. And first, I got this clear gel deodorant because what I was reading is obviously you can't wash yourself after you get your spray tan. And I'm actually gonna put this on before I shower and let it sit a little bit so that it's a 72-hour one. So my logic is that it maybe will help me not be stinky. I'm not sure if I will be stinky, but obviously I want to make sure I'm not. So I got 2 different pressed powders because I wasn't sure which one I would like. They're also in colors that I can use after the show, but they'll be more of matching the shade that my tan is. This one's more of a foundation one. This other girl that does shows recommended this one, and this was just the e.l.f. one. And I got a long wear lip liner just because I would just want to make sure that it lasts. And I'm going to put long wear stuff underneath the other stuff so that if the first stuff comes off, there's like a layer underneath. A darker eyebrow pencil, mine was not, it was a little too ashy for being a darker color. And makeup brushes with eyeshadow for the look that I want to do. I got a matte primer. I like the blue sticky one. The grip primer from e.l.f. and so I got the matte version so that there's not flashback in the pictures. A matte longwear foundation. The one that I have is not full coverage, so I got this one in full coverage, and I have the darker color to mix this with. And then a eyeliner, brown eyeliner, because the look that I want to do, I want to carve it dry out with this, smudge it out, and then put the eyeshadow over it. Again, having longwear stuff longwear stuff over the powders and whatnot, almost like underpainting for my eye makeup, I guess. And then I got a concealer in the color to match my tan, just to like clean up edges and stuff, and a one that's a little bit lighter just for under my eyes and stuff. I really like this concealer for how cheap it is, and it's only $4. So I got a matte longwear for the center. I'll probably put a little gloss over it just because I don't want to look dry, and then, but not like a big sparkly one. And then a putty blush, just because putty does really good with my skin. And then last, I got the jumbo rods to do the multiple donuts for the overnight blowout look. I had the other twisty ones, but these I think will turn out more aligned with what I'm looking for. So I went ahead and got these. And other than that, I'm just going to play around with this stuff. I have some programs for work that I want to finish up, so I'm going to do that, which is very chill. I'll probably watch a show, eat my next meal. My second meal, by the way, was just plain egg whites and cream of rice, and I put it in a bowl, mixed it together, and added 10 grams of honey, and that was my meal number 2. And I'm about to have my meal number 3, which will be, let me see, potatoes and tilapia. So nothing crazy, but I'm about to eat that now. So 100 grams of potatoes, 100 grams of tilapia, and then in a couple hours I will have 100 grams of ground chicken with a couple rice cakes, and I'll start to taper my water. So I'm hoping in this time that I'm going to be eating this meal, and in between this meal and the next meal, I'll finish all my programs. I'll be able to play around with my makeup tonight a little bit and just finalize what I want to do and feel really good about it. So, and then this evening is my polygraph and spray tan, which I mentioned earlier. So that's on the agenda, and I don't have anything else planned as far as leaving or doing anything. I'm just getting organized, and I feel so weird. I feel like I have to be doing something, and so I just keep going and finding something to be busy with. Going to the store, just trying, my friend called, and just trying to find something to occupy myself with because I am nervous. And I have really bad stage fright, and I've always had stage fright, so just feeling nervous, very need to chill. And so I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna take this time to just get in my zone, listen to some music, and just really like zen out, because I just get so stressed, girl. And I'm just gonna be so stressed. So I'm going to work on not being so stressed, and then practice some posing, just confidence building today, girl. It's all about confidence. We gotta get confident today. But all right, not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty nervous, which everyone is telling me that's a good thing, and I get it, but it doesn't feel good. I have my first meal. I've been up for a little bit. My first meal is a couple rice cakes with some almond butter, some ground chicken, and honey. Ground chicken. I'm so nervous. I have my tan, my second coat at 6, so I have like an hour, and I don't know. I did those overnight curls, so hopeful that those will turn out. I already did my foundation on my face because I wanted to make sure it matched my tan. At least I'm really tan. So let's see. It is 4 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. So I got up. I put my foundation base on just to make sure it matched my tan. And also I want it to set really well before I start doing my other stuff. And I'm gonna go get my second coat of tan at 6. So I still have a couple hours. I'm just gonna relax as much as I can and try to just chill. And then I'll do my makeup, and I'm just nervous. For an update, it sucks because this is what I wanted. I wanted to win because I'm a sore loser, but it doesn't quite feel, I don't know if it hasn't settled in or if I'm just hard on myself, but I feel like there's more work to do, which isn't necessarily the worst thing, but I just feel like I have a lot going on in my life and mentally, and it's robbed me of the opportunity to enjoy winning. And the whole show just went so fast. You saw some of the behind the scenes clips. I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing, obviously, and I didn't. So I'm not mad at myself for that. But once I got on stage, obviously the lights are really bright and it was super overstimulating. And I just looked at the judges and I already know that my posing isn't perfect and my walk is definitely not perfect. So I know there's things that I have to work on, which is exciting to not be perfect at things, which is really hard to say as a perfectionist. But once I was on stage, I just feel like I was shaking so bad. I was so scared. Like I said, stage fright it's something that I've struggled with my whole life. And so even just getting on the stage was so hard for me. Luckily, the girl who was with me was really nice and that helped a lot. So I did make a friend. But when you step on stage, the lights are so bright that you can see people and the judges are sitting right in front of you, but they're sitting below you, which to me, how good are my ankles from there? But they're only 4 or 5 feet in front of you. So you can clearly see their faces. And there's, I want to say 6 of them, maybe 5. I didn't count them. I looked at the head judge, which is the guy with the microphone, and the guy next to him just trying to smile, because for me, smiling is hard. I don't smile with my teeth. I've never been in a situation where I need to keep a smile. I come from soccer and powerlifting. So for me, it was just a really uncomfortable experience for the first one. And I know now I would like to do my next show in March, which is about 24 weeks away. And I would like to work on my posing and my walk and then just use 10 weeks to lift heavy again and then come back into a deficit. And I want to do my off season very smart to where I don't put on a lot of unnecessary weight. And I worked really hard to get to this weight and to this size. And it was something that, never thought that I'd be able to do, because I just always told myself, and I think it was just that I needed something to motivate me or give me direction towards weight loss. But I don't want to fall into a restrictive mindset again, because I like how I look right now. I like being lean, I like looking strong, I like looking fit, but I also know that I cannot stay here and build muscle. So I want to be very strategic about my off season, which will be the next series that I do, because I'm starting my off season. I'm starting my reverse diet tomorrow. And what I'm doing for my reverse diet is starting at my maintenance calories, which is my Friday eating plus 200 calories. So 1800 calories is where I'm going to start. I'll probably start at 17 just because I don't want to thrust my body into it. Since I was ending my deficit on 16, just going to 17, eating there for a while until my weight stabilizes, and then going up 100 calories per week, or 100 calories whenever my weight steadies out, which might be after a week, might be more than that, and just steadily moving up until I get to the point where I'm like, my strength is good, or I don't want to just keep pushing the surplus. I want to be able to reach a surplus and stay there. And I don't want the surplus to be crazy. I just want it to be maybe 200 calories above my maintenance, which is more than enough to build muscle. Especially for me, it's easy for me to build muscle, which is just genetic. And then I'm going to, of course, really target the areas that I feel like are weak points. I really want to get a more defined and smaller waist. I want to really carve out my arms. And my back is great and my glute size is good. I just need to work on my hamstrings, grow them babies, and go back into some quad work. I just want to obviously grow my lower body as much as I can, and then just really grind it out. I want to come into my next show with a better package. I'm planning on doing a bigger show, so it'll be really competitive, which I love, and really just get to actually challenge myself. Now that I got the first thing out of the way, I get to really challenge myself to step up to the plate and do something that I feel like people forgive you for the first one, for not being on your game. They are not gonna care that my walk is trash or that my posing isn't awesome. They are just going to be a little more forgiving when you're in your debut. And I don't want them to have to do that for my next show. I want them to think, wow, this isn't her second show. She looks great. And then I might consider one of the tanning ladies, which, by the way, the whole process, the tanning people were so nice. They were so helpful. They're doing the tanning show for the show that I want to do in Vegas. And so I just want to, I don't know, I want to see them and then be like, wow, you look so much different than last show. And just come in looking different, feeling different, and being better. And I think I really want to try to enjoy the fruits of this whole thing that I committed to, and that it was scary, but I'm not really struggling with it. I don't know exactly why. It does feel like I know I did this for myself, and maybe that's why it's hard, because I don't ever really give myself credit for things. It's just like, no, this is what I'm supposed to do. I said I was going to do a show, so I'm going to win. And just like I said I was gonna apply for this job, so I'm gonna get it. Or I said I was gonna apply for this apartment, so I'm gonna get it. And my life has always been that, and everything has come to me so easily, and I thank God. But it also makes me struggle with feeling like I earned it, because I feel like things just fall in my lap. And that's how I feel about this show, because there wasn't that many girls in my division or my class. And so I was either gonna get first, second, or third, which I know I worked hard for it, but I just don't feel like I earned it. And I'm hoping that if I notice that this mindset carries into the next show, even with it being a bigger show and more challenging, then I will probably just, hopefully my mindset shifts by that point. But I really don't want to put myself down that path of just reaching and always making everything out of reach for myself. Never, the destination syndrome is what I call it. You have a goal, and once you reach that goal, just a new one pops up. You never sit in the fruits of the goals that you accomplished. And I'm very much that person. So I'm hoping that the off season is really good to me and gives me some more clarity, and that I can enjoy things. But first in open and first in debut. So we'll see what comes next. Sorry, this wasn't a very positive, well, it is a positive update, but very reflective. And I'm in the hotel, and so I packed up all my stuff, and I'm just gonna have a slow morning and let myself just get out the door when I get out the door. Obviously by checkout time, which is 11, but I just really don't want to go home yet. And just feeling like a little, but I don't know. So hopefully better things to come. Not that this is bad, but just feel weird. So I'm gonna sit with that for a while and maybe I'll come out of it and feel better. But for now, that's where I'm at, and that's okay.